Here's one main reason on why you keep attracting unhealthy, toxic partners and relationships you don't even want to be in, and why they feel like there's so much work. And that reason is that you are not good at setting boundaries. It's a tough pill to swallow, except showing up and being vulnerable and expressing your needs and your desires without fear of the outcome, because most of the time, about 100% of the time, you're afraid of what happens if I express my needs. And I struggled with this for a long time, especially because of being a people pleaser, right? And people pleasers want validation and approval. And you know what that means? That we're willing to sacrifice our needs to get that need filled, to get our validation and approval met, right? So we want someone to stick around no matter how bad they end up treating us, because they're meeting our needs while we sacrifice ourselves. It should not be like that. So what is the solution to setting healthy boundaries? And this is how you find out very quickly if you're dealing with someone that's like a narcissistic person, is you simply say, I feel this way when you do this, and here is what I would like to happen. This is how you set boundaries. Very simple. Because your payout and need of validation and approval and that feeling of love, it's not even them that you actually like, by the way, that you're like, you love. If you're not happy with them, if you're not getting 100% of everything you deserve in your relationship, you're only settling for 80, right? And it's a horrible relationship. Like, your need and that payout of love is what you're settling for. It's that feeling. It's not even them. It's just the feeling that they give you. It's not the person that you are in love with. That's also another hard pill to swallow, right? So again, setting a boundary. I feel this way. This is how I feel when you do this behavior. Why? Because you're owning and claiming your power. You're empowering yourself. I feel this way. Nobody can ever make you feel any way. You choose your feelings. Do not disempower yourself. I feel this way when you do this behavior. Now you're putting the responsibility onto them. Okay, now it's their opportunity to change and shift their behavior if they want to make incremental adjustment to you, you beautiful soul. If they want to continue a healthier relationship and growing together, they will make that adjustment, or as best as they can. And eventually, you keep setting enough of these boundaries, right? You either keep growing and the relationship gets really good, or eventually you hit a boundary that they will not decide, right? So that's where you got to decide, hey, am I comfortable with accepting this, or is this relationship not working for me? Right, so that's what you got to decide. And this is what I want you to do. Remember, call to action. This is what I want to happen in your behavior. Can you do it? And I reinforce my boundaries once or twice, normally twice, because I give people the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes people aren't used to the habit right away. They're going to make the mistake. How do we reinforce it? Hey, we talked about this. Do you remember that conversation? Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Are you going to still keep doing that, or what's going on? Oh, no, it's okay. Sorry, it's just a habit, right? Okay, cool. Happens again. Hey, we did talk about this. Are you sure this is something that you can change about yourself? Because I don't want you to shift for me. I want to find a partner who actually wants this, and it can align with me correctly. Don't be afraid to tell them the truth, that that's what you want. That's what expressing your needs is. Okay? So once you do that, it's like, oh, you're right. This is something that's a part of me and I don't really want to change it. Hey, you guys had an amazing time together. You had a great relationship. It taught you how to set boundaries. Okay, the relationship has served its purpose. Time to go get 100% of what you deserve. You deserve the whole freaking loaf. And if you're dating someone who's only going to give you breadcrumbs, especially if you date someone who's narcissistic, they're going to make you feel like the breadcrumbs they give you is the full loaf if you keep accepting less, if you keep accepting crumbs. Is this adding up? So your need for validation, approval, and that feeling of love is what's going to keep you stuck in a toxic relationship, rather than you expressing your boundaries, your needs, and knowing not to be afraid that there could be a better whole loaf partner on the other side of the unknown. And if you want something to shift in your relationship, you have to express that, no matter how uncomfortable it may feel, because maybe you're not used to setting boundaries. Maybe you're used to just being a full-on people pleaser. And I was for a long time. And setting boundaries, every time I did, and when I first started to, it was like this gut-wrenching feeling, like, what if I mess up? What if I say the wrong thing? What if they leave me? What am I gonna do? Like, What if they don't like who I am when I set these boundaries? Well, guess what? They're falling in love with the fake version of you if you don't set those healthy boundaries. They don't know the real you. They don't know your real preferences. They don't know if they can actually be the partner that's going to be suitable for you. And you don't know that either until you step into your power and admit and express those feelings. So take some time, sit aside, write how you feel, write what you want out of it, and share it. Because you deserve the whole loaf. Have a wonderful day, and namaste.